Just picture this for a second. You're driving through a quaint mountain town, the kind of place that smells like pine and apple pie, and strangers still wave hello. It just feels warm, and like whenever you're here, you're really home. When suddenly you see him, the mayor. He's riding shotgun, wearing a tie, and completely coated in fur. No, this isn't some tourism ad for the world's friendliest town. This is real life. In Idlewild, California, the mayor isn't a man or a woman, but a dog, a golden retriever named Max. And not only has he been elected, but re-elected multiple times. So if you're sitting there thinking to yourself, this is just some charming local legend, I got some news for you. It gets better. This is the story of how a dog came to run a town and how the world absolutely fell in love with him. Before we head over to Idlewild, California, if this is your first time on the channel, hello, I am so happy you are here, and it's funny to be meeting like this. But if you like stories like these, positive, uplifting, or if you like scary stories, you've made it to the right place, and we're so happy to have you. You must be subscribing, and it would be a big help to me if you like this video and you turn on that notification bell so that you never miss out again. Let's start with the basics. Idlewild is a small, unincorporated town tucked away in the San Jacinto Mountains. Just to give you a visual picture, it looks like the setting of a feel-good novel, right? With art galleries, coffee shops, and not a single traffic light in sight. Because it's unincorporated, Idlewild doesn't have an official city government. No city council, no mayor, no bureaucracy in a blazer. So back in 2012, a local nonprofit decided to host a fundraiser. The concept, a tongue-in-cheek mayoral election where all the candidates were pets. And while that does sound like the setup to a Pixar short film, what came of it was a full-blown small-town fairy tale. The star of our story is a golden retriever named Maximus Mighty Dog Mueller. Yes, that was his full name, and yes, he did live up to it. Max won the election in a landslide. Technically, his humans donated the most money to the election, but hey, politics is politics. And just like that, Idlewild had its first canine mayor. But Max didn't just win some silly contest and disappear. Oh, no. Max showed up, literally, at parades, at birthday parties. He wore his little tailored necktie. He gave interviews. He took meetings, although, they were all mostly outdoors and included lots of belly rubs. Bottom line was, this was no gimmick. Max took his role seriously, and the community took his role even more seriously. They didn't just tolerate a dog as a mayor, they adored him. Now, obviously, Max wasn't out here passing laws, right? Like, he didn't debate the budget or he wasn't attending zoning meetings, right? But what he did do was arguably more important than any of that. He made people smile. His platform, love. His policy, hugs for all. His mission statement, to make the world a better place through kindness, fluff, and unfiltered joy. And let's be honest, that's more inspiring than most campaign speeches we've ever heard. And he's always there when it matters the most. During the wildfires, he visited evacuees. And during the pandemic, he made socially distanced appearances to cheer up the isolated neighbors. He became a literal comfort dog for the community and a symbol of unity for people far beyond Idlewild. One paw at a time, Mayor Max became a legend. Sadly, the original Mayor Max passed away in 2013, but his impact was so profound, the entire town wasn't quite ready to say goodbye. So his family brought in a successor. In comes Max II to pick up right where his predecessor had left off. And just like a good boy mayor he was, Max II knew he couldn't do it alone. He brought in 2 deputies, Mikey and Mitzi. Also, golden retrievers, of course, a golden government, if you will. Together, this trio formed a canine cabinet of cuddles and civic pride, and the world noticed. Mayor Max has been featured on national news, viral videos, and yes, he even has his own motorcade. Now, sure, it's easy to laugh this entire thing off as some feel-good story, but Max's influence really does run deeper than that, in a more serious way. In a time where politics often divides people, Max unified them. In a world that often moves too fast and sometimes feels so heavy, Max reminded us to stop, smell the roses, take a picture, pet the dog, enjoy life for a second, and bark at that mailman. With love, of course. But that's the quiet magic behind this whole thing. Max was never trying to be something he wasn't. He was always just good boy, Max. You know, joyful, present, uncomplicated. Sometimes that's exactly the kind of leadership we need. I would actually go as far as to say that is the kind of leadership we need. At least, you know, the heart of a canine. Thank you so much for watching. If this story gave you the warm fuzzies inside, make sure to like this video and drop a comment. Should more towns elect dogs as mayors? Because I think they're onto something.